what we decided to do this year, I'll give you an example that could have never have happened if it were not for COVID. We were always telling women's stories through, this Walk How You Want series and through Zevelle in Conversation. So that wasn't any different. We just decided to really do it, in our own way and, reach more women. So one quick example is, we asked women to share what Walk How You Want means to them. And just to have fun, we made this beautiful classic t-shirt and we sent it to them. And, and they shared what Walk How You Want means to them. And they, posted a photo of themselves anywhere where they want. So Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever, works for you. And we shared that on our social channels. And what I love about that is we never edited the photos, we never edited the words. So we were really showing women as they were. And it really strengthened the community and also encouraged a lot of women. The second example, and one of my favorites, is that earlier this year, we gave out 400 shoes to healthcare workers in Canada and the US. And when the pandemic news hit, the advantage of being a young company and a purpose-driven challenger brand is that you can move fast. So when it happened, we knew that, my factory said, Elle, you got to make these masks and things like that. And yes, we could have done it, but I really wanted to do what we're good at, and what we're good at, making, beautiful shoes. And I knew that even if the healthcare workers are not wearing it, just to have something that means something and have something to look forward to could literally change their lives. So I first started by reaching out to my own personal network, probably, annoyed you with some emails. And then it just really, spread from there. And we had like overwhelming amount of nominations. And just on Monday, when Toronto started to go in lockdown, actually for 28 days, as far as we know now, we've decided to, have a Toronto-focused initiative. So our marketing is, we want to celebrate women. These women happen to be healthcare workers, and we're going to give 1 shoes a day for now, and celebrate 1 woman a day, although there's like so many that we could keep going on, and we probably are going to increase the numbers. So those are 2 examples that really have allowed us to embrace who we are and really walk how we want, and encourage others to do the same.
Your brand has done really, really well in the China market. So can you share some of that experience to our audience as well?
Yeah, from the Chinese market, like what well, first of all, I really take the advantage of like, for example, like being a Chinese, that's a background, and then I know a lot of Chinese people. Like we started from actually like the Chinese community from Toronto, like from pretty much from the social media, from who I really know and then connect. It's really like built from the personal connections. Like I know, I for example, I know Hua, and then I know some of the friends, and then they know someone, and that's how actually we started our business, our Chinese business. And then I think the basis for this like we can sell well, like in the Chinese market, is first of all, we have a very effective product. Like I'm proud of that, like saying that because we make our own formulation, and I think that's the basis. How we sell is like, in the very beginning, it's more like from the mouth to mouth. So people, whoever tried it and then recommended to friends and families, and then we started from there. And then we leveraged like the social media, and also the KOL, like the beauty bloggers, and we contacted them, and start to send them, like, for example, free samples and for them, and then ask them to try, and then if they like it, they can start to post online. And that's how we actually attracted some of the very beginning customers. And also, because we're a Canadian brand, I think we really did leverage like the Canadian made. I think that's kind of like it's a very it's a good label for selling like in China. Like people people in China still like the Canadian made, because that means the good quality, the pureness. And yeah, and that's another another selling point for our products. And then for the Chinese market part, we actually did find some partners like in China, and then they're like, because it's a huge market, a huge population and buying powers, and there are a lot of like the companies who's willing to collaborate. So I also want to give some advice of mine, like to people, whoever is interested in the Chinese market. And there are a lot of like people you can partner with, and but you need to just be patient and pick the one that's suitable to your own style, because the market is huge, and there are a lot of ways of doing this.
I read your story. I have to say, it was such a clear and an inspiring story. Your brand story is just so clear. And so I want to hear a little bit more about how you actually effectively leverage your brand, and then to grow your business, even within the COVID-19 period.
Yeah, so I think a lot of it is built on relationships. So similar to what Julia said, like, you know somebody and then they tell somebody and then you know somebody, and it carries on that way. And so people often talk about like B2B and B2C, and I truly think that all businesses I've heard this said a ton of times now, but the first time I said it, I hadn't heard anybody else say it, but it's all just each to each. It's a human to human interaction that often results in a transaction. And that's really how I built EVO from the beginning. And it's really our foundation now as well. So, and it's also about human qualities. Something that I think was also really interesting when I got into the cosmetic space and social enterprise and social responsibility in business, when I was pitching to investors and pitching to press and a ton of people, I was often told that I always called ourselves conscious beauty. And at that time, it was 10 years ago, green beauty had just come into the works, and it wasn't a common word to use the word conscious with business. And so I think that really making business more human is really what has allowed EVO to grow and scale the way it has, and also grow and scale within COVID as well, because right now more than ever, people want to feel human to human connections, and it's more difficult than ever before. So that's really, I think, kind of our secret sauce to scaling, and also not looking to what's happening in our industry. I know that sometimes I get a little bit of slack for that, but I truly do not believe in looking internal in your own industry to see what's going on. I think doing things the way that they've always been done is going to give you the same results of the results that have always come to fruition. And I think to create something new, to be innovative, to create a kind and conscious future, it's important to do things differently, because what got you here is not going to get you there. And the beauty industry has been known to always do it the same way. It's always been done for so long, and it was really dominated by ingredients that weren't good for you, and marketing that really also didn't speak to you. I think women got tired of being told what was wrong with them when nothing was wrong with them. So I think, again, taking that human approach is our secret sauce within EVO. And also being a young female founder has also been a big part of that as well, because there's a lot of relatability. I think that a lot of our consumers can relate to me. And as I mentioned before, that creates a connection so much deeper than just in the products that they're using. But we become a part of each other's journey and growth and success as young women chasing their dreams and goals.